video. This video is going to be like an intro to a new series that I wanted to create, which is literally just my life, like story times of my childhood, how I grew up, just things that I've recently been remembering. I don't know why, they just pop into my head and I'm like, well, that was fucked up. Just a little disclaimer, by no means am I saying, woe is me, look how horrible my childhood was. It wasn't great. Little girl. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. I know there are people out there who, you know, as a child, or they are children who get raped by their foster parents, by brothers, sisters, their actual parents. You know, I never endured that, thank God. I pray my daughter never endures that. That's horrible. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That's crazy. But yeah, so I'm not saying like my childhood was absolutely shit. I'm not saying every last memory I have is negative. Although I do not have as many positive memories that I can remember, just because once it got to like 5th grade, it just went downhill from there. Well, I will be starting from what I remember before I got adopted, getting adopted, you know, and so on till now. I don't know, there are people on my channel that subscribe to me that know me in real life. They know these people who I'm talking about, so I will not name drop anybody. I don't want to get sued, and I don't want this to be, you know, they did this person did this to me, this person said this to me, this person made me feel this way. I know people might take it as that, but no, I'm just, as a mother, I look at my daughter, I'm like, wow, I can never say something like that to her. I can never have her feeling like that about herself. So I'm making this series. I believe for my, okay, so after my mother was, this is just gonna be a little intro slash background informational video, I can't speak. So when my mom was murdered, that was in Chicago, Illinois. I'll be back. My daughter completely just threw her toy off the high chair into the dog's water and food bowl. But when I was adopted, well, my mom was murdered in Chicago, Illinois. I stayed, I believe, I do have to check back with my family back home just to get some facts straight, because I don't know everything, but I believe I stayed until I was about almost 4, in Chicago between family members. I believe, yes, I believe I moved before I was 4, which I'll explain that. But I did stay a few months after my mom was murdered with a family member in Chicago from my mom's family. But then I moved out from Chicago to Colorado with a family member as well. My mom's uncle, my grandma's brother, and his wife. So obviously, like I said, there are people on here who know me. It's not to bash anybody, it's not, you know, whatever, but I obviously still won't say any names. I know this is gonna piss people off, but I know as I was adopted, but in school paperwork they are listed as my foster parents, so that is what I will be calling them in this video. You'll probably see why. I'm gonna call, for short, FM, foster mom, FD, foster dad, and FB for foster brother, just to make it simple, and just so people can't be like, oh, well, you made a name close to their name, or I don't want to have to come up with names and all that shit. So I was adopted when I was like about 3 or 4. But yeah, so that's just the basis. FD, FM, FB. Other than that, I believe those are just like the 3 main people because that's who I lived with from like 3.5 till 16. And I will explain that as well. But yeah, I believe that I don't really have any issue with saying like grandma, aunt, you know, all that, because I'm not, even if it's positive, I don't want to put people's name out there. So yeah, so this will just be like, this is the intro video. I will be, you know, compiling a playlist of, you know, just things that I've been remembering a lot recently, and I don't know why. It's just, I just look at my daughter and I'm just like, yeah, that will never happen to you, I assure you of that. But yeah, this is the intro to my love story. And she keeps dropping stuff, so I will go. Bye. Okay, so I lied about leaving. I just watched all that content that I just filmed back, and I just want to put another disclaimer that I will be exposing myself in this in this series as well. I will be telling my secrets and saying where I went wrong, just because I know as a mother and just as an adult in general, I do look back and see my faults, and I do know what I did wrong, and I do know that I would want my daughter to do the same things that I've done, and resulting in having her. But obviously she is a blessing and I love her, but I would prefer that she waits to do all the stuff that I did at like 16 and wait till she's like older. But yeah, I will be, because I know I'm not an angel. I know that, well, some of the things that I have done in the past have been provoked. I did, you know, not go about things the right way. So, and like I said, as an adult and as a mother, I do see, you know, teenagers these days talking bad about their parents, like, oh, they're this, they're that, and I get kind of angry. I've always gotten really mad about people who talk shit about their biological moms, just because I don't have my mom. But I do realize that there are actually shit parents. So it is definitely kind of, you gotta listen to everything before you make a decision on whose side you're on. But yeah, I do kind of try to talk to youth and tell them to, you know, lighten up if that's their parents, this and that. Try to kind of lecture, not that they'll listen to me, because I have my faults, like I said, and I have made my mistakes. But yeah, I just wanted to say I will be exposing myself on this video series, just because I know I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, and I know, you know, this might help somebody out there. So this time I'm really leaving. See you guys later.